Zhong Shanshan might not be a household name in America, but in China, he's the undisputed king of bottled water. Born in Zhejiang province, he left school during China's Cultural Revolution and took on various jobs, including construction work and journalism. In 1996, he founded Nongfu Spring, a bottled water company that would later become a household name in China. His entrepreneurial ventures didn't stop there. Zhong also took control of Beijing Wantai Biological Pharmacy, diversifying his business interests. As of now, Forbes estimates his net worth at about $58 billion, making him one of the richest persons globally and the richest Chinese. This remarkable ascent underscores Zhong's business acumen and relentless drive. But how exactly does a man like Zhong Shanshan live, and more importantly, how does he spend all that money? When you picture a billionaire's home, you probably imagine enormous mansions with golden gates and flashy swimming pools. But Zhong Shanshan isn't your typical billionaire. Despite his staggering wealth, Zhong prefers to keep his life low profile. His primary residence is tucked away in Hangzhou's prestigious Shihu district, an area renowned for its tranquil scenery and lush gardens surrounding the famous West Lake. Instead of opting for skyscraper penthouses or gaudy estates, Zhong chose a refined, private villa surrounded by greenery, reflecting his famously understated personality. The villa, although discreet in appearance, occupies prime real estate in one of China's most desirable neighborhoods. Property in this area typically sells for tens of millions of dollars, yet Zhong's home remains elegant without excessive extravagance. Rather than showing off his wealth, the richest man in China seems more concerned with comfort and privacy. Interestingly, Zhong's choice to reside in Hangzhou is strategic as well as personal. Hangzhou, known as China's Silicon Valley, is home to companies like Alibaba and tech startups valued at billions. By settling here, Zhong positions himself near powerful business networks without attracting unnecessary attention. His choice mirrors that of tech billionaires like Jack Ma, who also preferred to stay close to the heart of China's booming economy. However, don't let Zhong's discreet taste fool you into thinking his lifestyle lacks luxury. His villa's interiors, while not publicly displayed, are reported to feature a sophisticated blend of traditional Chinese craftsmanship and modern design, with carefully selected art pieces and furnishings that quietly whisper wealth, rather than scream extravagance. Beyond his Hangzhou residence, Zhong reportedly owns additional properties across China, including residences in Beijing, strategically placed near his businesses. Each home is said to share a similar theme: privacy, simplicity, and strategic location. There's no evidence of overseas extravagance, no multi-million-dollar penthouses in New York, or sprawling estates in London. Zhong remains rooted in China, investing in properties that strengthen his connections and secure his business empire. In a world where billionaires often compete to outdo each other's mansions, yachts, and islands, Zhong's approach stands out. His choice to live comfortably but quietly reveals a crucial aspect of his success: discipline. He prioritizes functionality over vanity, privacy over public display, and business convenience over needless extravagance. In doing so, Zhong proves that wealth doesn't always have to announce itself loudly. Sometimes the true sign of immense wealth is the ability to live exactly how you choose, even if that means quietly tucked away near Hangzhou's peaceful West Lake. Yet homes are only a small glimpse into how the richest man in China spends his billions. Let's now take a closer look at another surprising aspect of Zhong's life: his modest but carefully selected car collection. If you expected Zhong Shanshan, China's richest man, to roll around town in a fleet of customized Bugattis or golden Lamborghinis, prepare for a surprise. Unlike billionaires who flaunt their wealth, like this man casually sipping champagne aboard his yacht surrounded by bodyguards and even a pet lion, Zhong prefers simplicity over spectacle. Unlike other billionaires who own dozens of luxury supercars, think Elon Musk's McLaren or Jeff Bezos's limited edition Koenigsegg, Zhong is exceptionally private about his vehicles. In fact, it's notoriously difficult to spot him in public, much less behind the wheel of an attention-grabbing ride. Public appearances have shown Zhong mostly riding in unassuming luxury sedans from brands like Audi, BMW, or Mercedes-Benz, cars that combine comfort, status, and subtlety rather than scream wealth from afar. This modesty doesn't mean Zhong avoids luxury altogether. On rare occasions, he's been spotted in upscale but conservative sedans like the BMW 7 Series or a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, both known for comfort, sophistication, and high-level security rather than flashy aesthetics. Each of these cars might set him back around $120,000, a drop in the ocean for a man worth nearly $60 billion. Yet, these choices underline Zhong's preference for elegance and function over flamboyance. Interestingly, Zhong doesn't seem attracted to the extravagant trend of collecting limited-edition supercars. There are no reports of Ferraris, Rolls-Royces, or Aston Martins in his garage. Instead, he prefers cars that offer privacy, convenience, and reliability, a reflection of his famously pragmatic personality. Zhong's modest vehicle choices resonate deeply with his business philosophy. Nongfu Spring's bottled water became popular by being straightforward, affordable, and accessible, not overly luxurious. Similarly, Zhong's automotive preferences reflect an understated style that's effective without unnecessary flash. But let's put this into perspective. While some billionaires like Bernard Arnault or Mukesh Ambani have car collections valued at tens of millions of dollars, Zhong's combined fleet probably costs less than a single rare Lamborghini Veneno. Yet his net worth surpasses many billionaires known for flashy lifestyles. Zhong's low-profile car choices also make strategic sense. By avoiding attention, he can move discreetly around China's busy streets without drawing unwanted eyes, something crucial for someone who values privacy above almost everything else. Ultimately, Zhong Shanshan's car collection tells a deeper story. It reveals how China's richest man views wealth, not as something to flaunt, but as something to manage wisely. His restrained taste underscores the discipline and pragmatism that made him successful in the first place. When it comes to fashion, Zhong Shanshan doesn't dress like your typical billionaire. You won't spot him wearing extravagant designer brands covered in flashy logos. Instead, China's richest man embodies understated elegance with a wardrobe that's surprisingly ordinary, yet carefully curated. Zhong's clothing choices reflect the same subtle confidence that defines every part of his life, from his quiet luxury homes to his modest car collection. Most billionaires grab attention with flashy watches, designer suits, or exclusive brands like Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Yet Zhong Shanshan maintains a minimalist style, often appearing in public wearing simple, dark-colored suits paired with modest ties or casual shirts without any visible branding. His clothing could easily be mistaken for an executive or mid-level manager, not someone worth nearly $60 billion. That simplicity, however, shouldn't be confused with cheapness. Zhong's suits are typically custom-made, tailored perfectly to fit his stature, crafted from high-quality fabrics without shouting about their price tags. A bespoke suit like his can cost thousands of dollars, yet it speaks softly, projecting power quietly rather than loudly. This minimalist style isn't unique to Zhong. Other billionaires such as Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg similarly shy away from excessive displays of wealth. But Zhong takes subtlety to another level, often attending public events in muted outfits, completely free of extravagance. His clothes send a clear message: success doesn't need to be announced by loud fashion statements. Real power is quiet. Even at major business events or official meetings, Zhong opts for comfort and practicality. You won't find diamond-encrusted watches on his wrist or crocodile skin shoes on his feet. Instead, he prefers understated accessories, perhaps a modest Swiss timepiece or high-quality leather shoes, pieces that quietly reflect his immense wealth without flaunting it. His understated accessories typically cost in the low thousands, hardly noticeable spending for a billionaire, yet quietly speaking volumes. What's fascinating is how Zhong's fashion choices reflect his deeper business philosophy. His bottled water empire, Nongfu Spring, succeeded precisely because it provided something simple, reliable, and high quality. No unnecessary frills, no inflated promises. Similarly, Zhong dresses exactly how he runs his businesses, with simplicity, discipline, and unwavering focus. But subtlety doesn't mean Zhong's clothes lack sophistication. In China, where high-status businessmen often dress extravagantly to project their success, Zhong's modest style has actually become his signature, setting him apart from flashy rivals. Rather than blending into the crowd, Zhong's quiet elegance makes him even more intriguing. If bottled water made Zhong Shanshan incredibly rich, his venture into healthcare made him a legend. While most billionaires spend their billions on yachts, islands, or private jets, Zhong quietly built another empire, this time in pharmaceuticals. In 2001, long before most people knew his name, Zhong made a strategic move by acquiring a controlling stake in Beijing Wantai Biological Pharmacy. This wasn't just any small investment, this was a calculated decision that would pay off spectacularly. When Wantai Biological developed an innovative COVID-19 test kit and began producing vaccines, Zhong's wealth skyrocketed. The company's shares surged by more than 2,000%, earning him billions practically overnight. Suddenly, Zhong wasn't just the bottled water king, he was at the forefront of China's healthcare revolution. But despite this massive financial success, Zhong didn't rest on his laurels. Instead, he reinvested heavily, pouring resources into Wantai's cutting-edge research labs and innovative vaccine programs. Wantai quickly became one of China's leading pharmaceutical firms, specializing in vaccines for hepatitis, rotavirus, and, most prominently, COVID-19. Today, Wantai Biological is valued at more than $10 billion, a powerhouse in global healthcare. Zhong's quiet but impactful moves in healthcare set him apart from billionaires focused solely on luxury goods or real estate. While others splashed cash on private jets and lavish vacations, Zhong invested billions in research facilities, manufacturing plants, and scientific talent, betting on the future rather than short-term luxury. Zhong's healthcare empire doesn't just print money, it saves lives. Wantai's vaccines and testing kits have reached millions around the globe, placing Zhong at the intersection of immense wealth and profound impact. He's quietly reshaped healthcare not just in China but worldwide through strategic spending and visionary investments. His stake in Wantai Biological Pharmacy also gives him immense influence in public health. Unlike flashy billionaires who seek attention, where subtlety meets sophistication. When you picture billionaire art collections, you probably imagine extravagant auctions, private galleries, or billion-dollar masterpieces hung proudly on penthouse walls. But Zhong Shanshan, as always, flips the script. China's richest man is incredibly discreet about his art and collectibles, but the details that do surface suggest a collector who values substance over spectacle, quality over fame. Unlike billionaires who proudly spend hundreds of millions on Picassos or Van Goghs, Zhong reportedly favors understated, culturally significant pieces, particularly classic Chinese artworks, calligraphy scrolls, and porcelain antiques. These pieces often don't generate flashy headlines or set world auction records, but they reflect Zhong's deep appreciation of heritage and quiet elegance. Reports indicate Zhong sometimes attends private auctions or exhibitions anonymously, carefully selecting items not for their resale potential or flashy price tags, but for their historical significance and subtle beauty. His collection, though rarely shown publicly, is said to feature pieces valued individually in the hundreds of thousands to millions, each carefully chosen for authenticity rather than bragging rights. Zhong's private approach contrasts sharply with the dramatic style of other billionaires. He's not seen battling at auctions against Saudi princes or tech moguls. Instead, he quietly invests in art as one would invest in meaningful stories or historical treasures. His art purchases reflect the same principles he uses in business: disciplined, strategic, and understated. For instance, he reportedly holds ancient Chinese porcelain and Ming-era artifacts. Not because they're trendy, but because they symbolize timeless craftsmanship and China's rich cultural legacy. Such pieces represent thoughtful investments rather than fleeting status symbols. This approach aligns perfectly with Zhong's personal and business ethos. Everything he acquires must have enduring value, not temporary glamour. Zhong's strategy extends beyond traditional art. He's said to have quietly built a collection of rare manuscripts and historical documents, preserving important pieces of China's history. These aren't items displayed to impress, but artifacts carefully guarded for their cultural value. Interestingly, Zhong's art collecting mirrors his entire lifestyle: quiet, calculated, and deeply private. His collection is a reflection of his belief that true wealth isn't loudly advertised. Instead, it's thoughtfully curated and privately cherished. In a world where billionaires chase headlines with record-breaking purchases, Zhong stands out precisely because he remains hidden behind the scenes. His passion for art and collectibles demonstrates once again that subtlety and taste can be far more powerful and sophisticated than flashy extravagance. Yet, Zhong's quiet elegance extends far beyond art. Up next, let's explore another dimension of his fortune, his remarkable commitment to philanthropy and education, where billions flow quietly into shaping China's future. Zhong Shanshan isn't just the richest man in China, he's quietly becoming one of its greatest philanthropists. While other billionaires grab headlines with mega yachts or space rockets, Zhong directs his billions towards something arguably more powerful: education. Recently, Zhong announced an extraordinary commitment. He's investing over $6 billion into creating Qiantang University, a state-of-the-art institution in Hangzhou, the heart of China's innovation boom. This isn't just a donation, it's one of the largest private investments in education ever made in China. Zhong intends Qiantang University to rival global powerhouses like Harvard or Stanford, reshaping higher education in China and nurturing generations of future leaders. Zhong's vision goes far beyond simply constructing buildings or campuses. He's dedicated billions to attract world-renowned professors, researchers, and industry leaders, hoping to create a hub of innovation that rivals Silicon Valley. Rather than spending his fortune on personal extravagance, Zhong's quietly building a legacy, one that will impact China's future for decades. Unlike billionaire philanthropists who seek attention by putting their names on libraries or stadiums, Zhong maintains a low profile. Qiantang University doesn't carry his name. It's not an ego-driven vanity project. Instead, Zhong sees education as the key to lasting prosperity, a way to uplift millions rather than glorify one individual. This isn't Zhong's first commitment to philanthropy. Previously, he's quietly donated millions to health initiatives, disaster relief, and scientific research without public fanfare. For Zhong, true philanthropy isn't about recognition, it's about genuine impact. His donations often remain undisclosed until years later, revealed only by the transformative effects they have. But why education specifically? Zhong, a self-made billionaire who left school early, deeply understands education's power. Having built his fortune without formal training, he's committed to ensuring future generations have the opportunities he lacked. His massive investment in Qiantang University symbolizes his belief that education can create even greater wealth and prosperity than business alone. To put Zhong's generosity into perspective, $6 billion is enough to buy dozens of luxury super yachts or multiple private islands. Instead, Zhong chooses to spend it building research labs, classrooms, and libraries, investing in minds rather than material goods. His actions quietly inspire other wealthy Chinese entrepreneurs, setting a new standard in philanthropy. Zhong's example challenges fellow billionaires to reconsider how they use their wealth. He demonstrates that true luxury isn't private jets or gold-plated mansions, it's the ability to profoundly shape society for the better. Ultimately, Zhong Shanshan's philanthropy reveals the deepest truth about his success. Wealth isn't measured by possessions, but by legacy. And while others chase short-term luxury, Zhong invests in China's long-term future. But his investments aren't limited to philanthropy. Next, we'll dive into his most significant business empire, the incredible dominance of Nongfu Spring. If you've ever wondered how selling something as simple as bottled water could turn someone into one of the richest people alive, Zhong Shanshan's story is your answer. Nongfu Spring isn't just another bottled water brand, it's China's beverage giant, and Zhong owns an astonishing 84.5% of the entire company. That's not just majority ownership, it's a personal empire worth more than $50 billion. Interestingly, despite his immense fortune, Zhong still stays deeply involved in Nongfu Spring's daily operations. While many billionaires delegate management to executives and live leisurely, Zhong remains actively engaged in product innovation and marketing strategies. He carefully monitors the company's branding, personally ensuring Nongfu maintains its image of simplicity and quality. This attention to detail explains why Zhong's fortune soared after Nongfu Spring's IPO in 2020, making him richer than Jack Ma almost overnight. At its peak, Nongfu's market value exceeded $90 billion, creating the ultimate proof that sometimes the simplest products make the greatest fortunes. Zhong's beverage empire also reveals his talent for strategic foresight. He invested millions early on in premium sourcing, securing natural water reserves in pristine mountains, guaranteeing high-quality water supply for decades. These reserves are now among Nongfu's greatest assets, far more valuable than factories or distribution networks. Yet even as Nongfu Spring earns billions, Zhong's personal approach remains modest. No flashy press conferences, no extravagant parties celebrating corporate milestones, just quiet, steady success. His fortune is so large precisely because he spends his energy building the business, not flaunting its profits. Ultimately, Nongfu Spring isn't just Zhong's business, it's his legacy. While others chase fleeting luxuries, Zhong quietly built something bigger, a global beverage empire designed to last generations. Zhong Shanshan, China's richest man, embodies quiet power and disciplined simplicity. Instead of flashy luxury, he channels billions into strategic businesses, healthcare innovations and education, proving that true wealth quietly shapes society rather than loudly seeking attention. That's about it. What would you spend $60 billion on? Write in the comments. For more useful information, watch other videos.